Master your thoughts, master your destiny. There comes a moment in every life when the soul whispers louder than the noise of the world. A moment when you stop pretending that the routine you are living is enough. When you finally confront the truth buried beneath the jobs you've worked, the struggles you've endured, the dreams you've postponed, and in that moment, you feel a weight you can no longer ignore. The truth is simple. You were meant for more. Not more comfort, not more possessions, not more distractions. More alignment, more clarity, more strength, more purpose. You were not placed here just to grind out the days of someone else's design. You were not born to silence your fire just to fit into a mold that was never built for you. You were born to command your own mind, and until you do, you will live as its prisoner. That is the paradox most people never see. They think they are thinking their thoughts, when in reality, their thoughts are thinking them. Thoughts inherited from family, absorbed from society, shaped by fear. They live on autopilot, guided by beliefs they never questioned, carrying the weight of limitations they never chose. And so, their lives repeat the same cycles, the same struggles, the same smallness, while within them burns a soul begging for expansion. But here is the law, ancient, unshakable, whispered in the lives of every great soul who ever bent reality to their will. The dominant thoughts of your mind sculpt the dominant reality of your life. What you dwell upon, you attract. What you believe, you embody. What you expect, you create. This is the law of attraction. Not fantasy, not fairy tale wishing, but disciplined imagination, backed by unwavering faith and reinforced by relentless action. When you rule your inner world, your outer world bends. This is not fiction. It is frequency. It is the same law that carried Edison through thousands of failures until darkness surrendered to light. The same law that guided Carnegie to see wealth not as accident, but as mindset. The same law that lifted Walt Disney from bankruptcy into building entire kingdoms. They all mastered their thoughts, and their thoughts became blueprints, and their blueprints became empires. You must understand, your thoughts are not harmless. They are not idle echoes fading in silence. They are commands. Every thought you entertain, whether in fear or faith, sends out a signal, a vibration, an instruction to the universe to rearrange itself in alignment with your state of being. Every fearful thought calls in more fear. Every faithful thought calls in more strength. The one who dwells on lack will always find scarcity. The one who expects betrayal will meet it. The one who doubts his worth will never grasp the future he imagines. Life is not punishing them. It is obeying them. So here's your turning point. Until you think deliberately, you will live accidentally. Until you believe courageously, you will live timidly. Until you expect boldly, you will receive small. Your past is not your definition. Your failures are not your fate. You are the thinker of your thoughts. And new thoughts mean a new story, a new identity, a new vibration aligned with the life you were born to live. It begins with awareness, because you cannot change what you refuse to notice. Listen to the inner monologue. Does it empower you or weaken you? Does it pull you forward or chain you back? The thoughts you repeat are not just habits. They are blueprints to your subconscious, instructions to your nervous system, orders to the infinite intelligence that responds not to what you beg for, but to what you believe. This is why two people in the same city, facing the same economy, living under the same sky, can create two completely different realities. One immersed in scarcity, the other immersed in abundance. The difference is not luck, not talent, not education. It is belief. Belief is the root of transformation. Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Belief doesn't just guide your choices, it colors the very lens through which you see reality. If you believe you are unworthy, you will sabotage opportunity. If you believe life is always hard, you will find difficulty in every corner. If you believe people cannot be trusted, you will see betrayal even in loyalty. The mind will always find evidence to prove what it already believes. So stop defending the life you no longer want. Stop clinging to beliefs that choke your potential. Every unchallenged belief becomes tomorrow's prophecy. Your life today reflects the thoughts of yesterday, but your tomorrow depends on the thoughts you choose now. Do not wait for life to prove your vision before you believe. It doesn't work that way. Belief comes first. Andrew Carnegie spoke of this secret key to achievement: linking thought with purpose, purpose with action, action with conviction. Such a person cannot be stopped. Why? Because he has tuned his inner frequency to match his vision. He doesn't beg, he aligns. And when alignment comes, the universe responds. The world does not respond to desperation. It responds to expectation. Enter a room expecting to be overlooked, and you will be. Walk in with the certainty that you belong, and the atmosphere will shift. Not because the world owes you, but because your energy commands recognition. You don't attract what you say you want. You don't even attract what you work for. You attract what you expect, what you are. Expectation is a muscle. It strengthens with use. If your mind has been rehearsing doubt, rehearse belief. If it has memorized lack, train it in abundance. If it has replayed defeat, teach it victory. The law of attraction does not distinguish between right or wrong, fair or unfair. It mirrors back what you broadcast, and within you rages a silent war. The voice of fear insists you're not ready. The voice of vision whispers, you already are. Every day, every choice, every thought is a vote for one or the other. You're not a victim of circumstance. You are a creator of consequence. But you will never attract what you secretly feel unworthy of. That is why identity matters. You must become the person who already lives the life you envision. Speak like them. Walk like them. Think like them. Not as pretense, but as rehearsal. Just as an athlete visualizes victory before stepping onto the field, you must practice the frequency of your future until it feels more real than your past. Your brain cannot tell the difference between vividly imagined reality and lived reality. It wires itself to match. Your heart begins to believe, your actions shift, your environment adapts. This is how thought becomes flesh. But clarity is essential. A vague mind creates a vague life. To say, I want success without defining it is to send out static signals. Clarity is a laser beam. Precise, direct, undeniable. Walt Disney envisioned his parks before he owned the land. Oprah pictured her empire before the world believed in her. Steve Jobs saw the iPhone before the technology existed. They lived in the vision until the world had no choice but to catch up. And vision without discipline is wasted fuel. The universe is not moved by moods. It is moved by consistency. Discipline is what chisels belief into certainty. Discipline tells your subconscious, this is not a wish, it is a command. Every action then aligns with the future you are manifesting. Discipline builds momentum, and momentum attracts miracles. But understand, miracles are not magic. They are the collision of preparation with opportunity. And you will never rise above the standard you tolerate in yourself. So raise your standard. Raise your thoughts. Raise your expectations. The higher version of you is already waiting beyond your comfort zone. That version speaks boldly, acts decisively, creates instead of reacts. But to step into that version, you must let go of everything that contradicts it. Old doubts, toxic ties, excuses, the comfort of familiar pain. You cannot drag your past into the frequency of your future. Release it. Gratitude is the key that opens space. Gratitude says, I am already full, already blessed, already whole. And in that state, abundance flows. Gratitude tunes you to receive. Complaint tunes you to resist. Every complaint is a request for more of the same. Every grateful thought is a seed of prosperity. And when gratitude becomes your habit, faith becomes your natural state. Faith is what carried Lincoln through years of setbacks, Harriet Tubman through nights of danger, Martin Luther King Jr. through hatred and fire. Faith is belief in the unseen, walking in darkness as if it were daylight. And the law requires faith, not in luck, but in alignment. You must embody the version of yourself that already has what you seek, not waiting, not begging, being. The world does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. That is why indecision kills more dreams than failure ever will. A scattered mind sends a scattered signal. Successful people decide quickly and hold firm. Unsuccessful people waver endlessly. Decision is power. It is faith in motion. It is the line between who you were and who you choose to become. You don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need more chances. You need to see chances already everywhere. You don't need validation from others. You need to validate yourself. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite it, to walk into intimidating spaces and still own them because deep down you were born to. And yes, life will test you. Doubt will return. Resistance will whisper. You'll be asked again and again, do you truly believe? Will you stand in faith when there is no evidence? That is where most quit. But the aligned rise. Because storms don't break them, they sharpen them. Delay is not denial. Pain is not punishment. It is preparation. To master this law is to live as if the outcome already exists. Think not about the goal, but from it. Act not as someone chasing a dream, but as someone aligned with its inevitability. Every thought is a seed. Every belief a blueprint. Every word a command. Every emotion a magnet. Your destiny is not out there. It is in here, in the temple of your own mind. You don't need to chase the life you want. You need to become the version of you that life cannot resist. And when you do, doors swing open, people appear, resources gather, reality bends. Others will call it luck, but you'll know it was law. Because energy is the true currency of creation, and your dominant thoughts are the checks your life must cash. Think limitation and you'll see evidence of lack. Think expansion and possibilities flood in. Think abundance and wealth appears, where others see nothing. You are powerful beyond measure, but most people forget. They forget their thoughts build worlds. They forget the vision under the weight of noise. They trade creation for reaction, destiny for distraction, but not you, not anymore. Today you remember. Today you hold the keys. You were not born for scraps. You were born to create, to expand, to burn with purpose. So master your thoughts until they no longer betray you but amplify you. Until you no longer just dream destiny, you embody it. Because the law remains. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. So rise, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Rise with mastery in your mind, belief in your heart, clarity in your soul. Rise until life itself has no choice but to rise to meet you. And remember this final truth. Repetition is the sculptor of destiny. You will not become what you visualize once. You will become what you visualize consistently, daily, obsessively, until your brain rewires, your actions align, and your environment shifts. That is not magic. That is biology. So listen to this truth again and again until it sinks so deep into your subconscious that it shapes every thought, every word, every choice. Because when you master your thoughts, you master your destiny. And destiny will rise to meet the one who dares to rise first.